Welcome to the channel. Based on real data, we recreate the details of Band-Aid turned into a lawsuit, part 1. Hope you like this video. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share and press the bell to receive notifications every time the channel releases the latest video. And now, please review the details of neighbors' battle over parking lot crash. Part 3. Int. County courtroom morning. Fluorescents hum over a packed gallery. The bailiff steps forward. Bailiff. All rise. The judge takes the bench, opens a thin file already bristling with sticky notes. Judge. We'll proceed with facts and outside voices will stay outside. On calendar, Miss Hartung versus Miss Argo. Issue presented, a parking lot dispute, alleged near collision, and a doorfront confrontation. Ms. Hartung, you're the plaintiff, you'll be heard after I establish the baseline with Ms. Argo. Ms. Argo, approach. Miss Argo, 30s, composed from practice not calm, steps to the lectern. In the second row sits Jenna, her grade school daughter, feet not quite touching the floor. Judge. Let's fix the date. Miss Argo. December 10th. Evening around 7. Judge. Location? Miss Argo. Our apartment lot. No painted lines. People park freeform. Judge. Vehicle? Miss Argo. My 2003 Oldsmobile Alero. Judge. And the other vehicle? Miss Argo. Miss Hartung's truck. Judge. Did your car make contact with her truck? A measured beat. Miss Argo. No, Your Honor. Judge. Where did you go after 7? Miss Argo. Dropped Jenna at the movies, came home, then walked next door to speak with Chris and Miss Hartung. A small rustle through the gallery. Everyone has a neighbor like this. Judge. Spell the name for the record. Miss Argo. Chrissa. Judge. Before that night, how many times had you knocked on Chris's door? Miss Argo. Never. Judge. So the first time you decide to be social is the night you say there was no contact between vehicles. Why knock? Miss Argo, exhales. Not social. Parking. Her truck was across where a stall would be, angled. It's happened repeatedly. We've been boxed in before, Jenna gets scared. I wanted it fixed. Judge. Manager on premises? Miss Argo. No. Judge. Landlord reachable? Miss Argo. Yes. I text and call. He rarely responds. Judge. Show me one message. Argo holds up her phone. The clerk makes a quick copy. Miss Argo, reading. Chris's truck across lines again if we had lines. And please number the stalls. Judge. All right. What happened at the door? Miss Argo. I knocked. I said, please park in a single space, you're blocking the lane. Voices rose. No threats. I went back inside. Judge. Thank you. Miss Hartung, your turn. Miss Hartung, 30s, steady glare, folded arms, moves to the lectern. Judge. Tell me what you saw and heard. Miss Hartung. Her Alero came down the lane too close to my truck. I heard that awful almost scrape noise, metal near metal. Later she pounded my door and lectured me about parking like I'm the lot police. Judge. Any visible damage to your truck? Miss Hartung. No dents, no scratches, nothing you can photograph. But it was inches. Judge. Inches don't make liability. Did you take pictures of the positions? Miss Hartung. It was dark. Judge. Have you asked the landlord to assign stalls? Miss Hartung. He doesn't pick up. People park where they find room. Judge. Understood. Anything else from that night? Miss Hartung. She's made the building tense. Every time I park, I'm braced for another door knock. Judge. Is this a request for damages, or a harassment claim, or both? Miss Hartung. Both. I want the court to say this isn't okay. Judge. Do you have a repair estimate or bill? Miss Hartung. No. There's nothing to repair, just the stress. Judge. Stress without qualifying conduct, threats, stalking, repeated unwanted contact, doesn't fit small claims categories. Now back to facts. Ms. Argo, did Jenna see anything relevant? Miss Argo. Not that night, I'd already dropped her off. Her fear is from prior times we were blocked in. Judge. We're trying this night, not the anthology. Any third-party witness? Miss Hartung. No. Judge. All right. Closing questions. Miss Hartung, when MS. Argo not, did she threaten you? Miss Hartung. Not in words, just tone. Judge. Volume isn't criminal. Ms. Argo, did you raise your voice? Miss Argo, a beat. Yes. I was frustrated. Judge. Of course you were. Parking lots are where patience goes to die. But the law prefers paper to passion and managers to midnight knocks. The judge flips back through the file, taps her pen twice, then sets it down like a gavel rehearsal. Judge. Findings. On property damage, the plaintiff proves proximity and anxiety, not impact. With no marks, no estimate, and no witness, the claim fails. On harassment, one door knock and a heated conversation, by themselves, do not meet the standard for civil harassment in this court. That claim also fails. A murmur, half relief, half disappointment, slides across the benches. Judge, continuing. That said, I won't send you back to the same unpainted battlefield without tools. The court issues equitable directives to keep the peace. The landlord shall number all parking stalls or issue written assignments to every tenant within 30 days of service of this order. Either solution is acceptable. Until assignments exist, drivers will park single file and straight, leaving a full lane for ingress and egress. If you cannot fit without crossing an imaginary line, do not park there. No cones, chairs, or trash cans to reserve spaces. Lots aren't living rooms. If a vehicle is blocked, call the non-emergency police line for an incident number. Do not pound on your neighbor's door after 9 p.m. All complaints about parking go in writing to the landlord, email or text, with a photo attached. Keep a log. Courts prefer records to memories. No more doorfront confrontations about parking between these two parties. If you see a violation, you document it and send it to the landlord. Period. Miss Hartung, tight. So she just walks? Judge. She walks with rules. So do you. Break them, and the next paper may be a citation or, if tempers escalate, an order of protection. Neither of you wants that, and your neighbors really don't. The judge glances at Jenna, then softens. Judge. And for the record, children shouldn't fear backing out of their home. Adults can fix that with paint, patience, and a tape measure. She signs, hands the order to the clerk. Judge. Case concluded. May your parking be boring. Boring is peace. Bailiff. All rise. EXT apartment parking lot dusk. Sodium lights flicker awake. The lot is a geometry problem without lines. Chris's truck idles while she squares up, across the lane, the Alero noses into a rectangle only the experienced can see. Engines click to silence. Two doors shut. No words. Int. Hallway, moments later. Miss Argo stops at her door, looks down the corridor toward Chris's. She doesn't knock. She unlocks her phone, drafts an email to the landlord, per court order, please number stalls. Photos attached. She snaps 2 pictures of the empty lot and taps send. EXT, lot, continuous. Miss Hartung stands by her truck, measuring with her eyes. She pulls forward 6 inches, lines up with a gutter seam that might as well be paint. Shoulders drop a notch. Int. Argo's car, later. Jenna climbs in, chattering about the movie. Argo checks mirrors, the lane is clear. Jenna. Are we stuck again? Miss Argo, soft. Not tonight. They back straight out, taillights floating red across cooperative concrete. Int. Landlord's office, next week, day. A harried landlord frowns at the court order, then at a sample of stencils and paint. He sighs, shrugs, and emails the tenants, striping scheduled Saturday. Temporary assignments attached. EXT apartment lot, Saturday afternoon. Fresh white lines gleam under the sun. Numbers at the head of each stall. Tenants hover like archaeologists at a new dig. Chrisa slides into 12. Across the lane, Argo glides into 5. Engines off. 2 doors. No words. No need. Int. County courtroom a month later, morning. The judge flips through a compliance report, photos of numbered stalls, a short landlord note, 0 new complaints. She smiles without showing teeth. Judge, VO. Some cases end in thunder. Better ones end in paint. She signs the compliance sheet. EXT, apartment lot evening. Kids chalk hopscotch between the parking rows. Parents step wide, careful not to smudge. Jenna laughs, hops, and points. Jenna. Look lines. Miss Argo. Best kind. Across the lane, Miss Hartung raises a hand. Argo lifts one back. A truce that looks like nothing and feels like relief. Thank you for watching the whole video. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share and press the bell to receive notifications every time the channel releases the latest video. Sincerely thank you, goodbye and see you again.